I have been asked, since I had mentioned it to a few people that I wrote a book, I've been asked two questions. And those are the questions I want to answer. One is, why did you write your memoirs? Aren't you too young to write your memoirs? And the second question is, where did you find the time to write a book? So as to why I wrote my memoirs, Senator Miriam kind of answered that. But let me give you a little background. In 2008, my brother Lino, over there, took a year off from his job as a director to take further studies in New York and to bum around a little bit. And I actually sponsored many of his classes, including pizza making and egg making, of which I have not yet really been able to see the returns of my investment. But in return, he gifted me with a memoir writing class. So on a beautiful Sunday morning, instead of running in Central Park, we took a memoir writing class. And among many other things that I learned that a memoir can be written by anyone. You don't have to be in your senior years, you don't have to be accomplished, you don't have to be famous. Anyone can write their memoir. So in the US, you have a memoir by a window washer or a barista. So today you have a memoir by a senator, mom, and triathlete. Because anyone can write their memoirs. And I did that because, again, background, a few years after I became a senator, I got really frustrated that people, including my friends, on a long bike ride would say to me, "What do you do ba talaga? What have you done?" And it was very frustrating for me because people did not know the work I did. And if you know my background, I work hard, and so it irks me to have to deal with people who think that I don't do anything. Never, you can think that I don't, you may disagree with my opinions, but I cannot accept that people do not know that I work hard. Thus, I entered the world of blogging. This was almost 5 years ago. I became a blogger, the objective of which was to share my advocacies, share my thoughts, not just on the work that I do, but behind the scenes, to share my passion. Why did I choose to sponsor this kind of measure? Why did it pass? Why was it blocked? Well, that goes into the personal relationships in the Senate. I did not talk about that in my blog nor in my book. But I did that because, unfortunately, the kind of work I do, which is social legislation, does not have the headlines the way the work that my brother Alan does. And neither do I have the skill to produce words and come out like a rapid-fire verbal machine gun the way my mentor, Senator Miriam, so flawlessly and effortlessly does. But as she herself has said, and so has my brother, I am a good student, so Tita Miriam, one day, I may just make you proud. Until then, I will continue to blog and write my memoirs. So that is the reason for the memoirs. Now, how did I find the time? Like everything else you will read in my book, memoir writing, life, doing a triathlon, living, is a journey. It starts with the first step. I became a triathlete because I was first a runner. Then a duathlete, which is a runner and a biker. Then I improved a little on my swim thanks to Coach Annie, who's about to give birth any moment now. If you see a pregnant woman, that's her. And by the way, she was with me and Mona when we scaled Mount Kitanglad. And I swear, I think Annie would still beat you now. But so that was my journey as a triathlete. Everything starts with the first step. And so it was with my writing. My memoirs is actually a collection of my blogs. So if you follow me, don't be surprised. A lot of that you've probably written before. But then I had to edit, and that was tough because I'm not an editor. I hate proofreading, but that's what we had to do. And Mitch, who is here, she's in my legislative staff. I have to thank her for all the help in the editing that she did there, along with my chief of staff, DG. This book would not be here without their going over it 20,000 times, and then my staff all helped put it together. So that's what it is. It's a journey. And that's what my book is all about. I write in the beginning that I won't be offended if you skip chapters. You can even just read one chapter. Because I feel that all of us have our own passions. All of us have our own burdens, our own troubles, and my only goal is to really share my experiences in the hope that people better their lives through the mistakes I've made, through the pain I've been through the experiences I've had. Why not wait for my autobiography? Well, I want to inspire young people. I want to inspire mothers like me who have to deal with beautiful tweens and teenagers. My daughters are there, by the way, surrounded by their friends. And I actually also take this occasion to introduce all of you to my beautiful baby boy, Lucas, who was running around here. He's my 1.5-year-old baby boy, named after my father, and Lucas. That is actually the real reason for all this. But so that is the purpose, and it is my hope through the foundation that more people will read this book. I often speak in engagement schools, meeting of legislators, women counselors, women legislators, and they always ask me more questions. How did I do this? How do I manage? Well, through this book, we hope that more people will be able to pick out a lesson or two about how I manage and how more is needed in public service, how one interest and one advocacy can change a community, can change the whole country. So with your help, as I suppose many of you will have already committed to help, more people will become aware and more people will be able to make this a better country for our children. So those were the 2 questions that I answered, and the last part is simply a thank you to all of you. I also want to thank my parents, my mom, and my kids, my brothers. Like I said, my staff. When people ask me how do I do it all, simple. I have an amazing support system. At work, these are the people in my staff. My home, starting with my mother, my absentee brother, well, I shouldn't say this in public, so I can't say my absentee brother Alex, he's my seatmate. Of course, Ren, and my daughters Maxie and Nadine. And then my triathlon friends who keep me sane. So when you see me competing on the road, biking out there, that's what keeps me sane, that's what keeps me going, that's what revives me, that's what allows me to come back. And as Tita Miriam says, have a smile on my face, able to kiss you every day, happy, because of the sanity I have. The truth is, many times, you're very close, Tita Miriam, but many times I endure, and I will skip, you can fill in your own adjective. I endure the blank of political life because I'm filled with endorphins. A byproduct of running and doing long distance sports. But I love it, and one of my products is that Alan's not a triathlete, but he's now fit, and he promised my dad that he would be healthy at 40. So we're very proud of that. And that's it. I was only going to speak for 5 minutes. Enjoy the evening. Thank you very much for the time.